This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. Today is November 29th. Earlier this year, Twitter confirmed that the private user data for 5.4 million users was stolen due to an API vulnerability, but the company said it had no evidence that it was exploited. Now, all of those accounts have been exposed on a hacker forum, Bleeping Computer has reported. On top of that, an additional 1.4 million Twitter profiles for suspended users was reportedly shared privately, and an even larger data dump with the data of tens of millions of other users may have come from the same vulnerability. The owner of the hacking forum called Breached told Bleeping Computer that it was responsible for exploiting the weakness, originally obtained from another hacker called Devil, and dumping the user records. It said that it also obtained 1.4 million Twitter profiles for suspended accounts obtained via another API, but only shared those privately among a few individuals. On top of all that, security expert Chad Loader has revealed that tens of millions more Twitter records may have been collected using the same API. Once again, data collected may include private phone numbers along with public information. Loader posted a redacted sample on Mastodon as he was banned on Twitter several days ago for unknown reasons. It could contain over 17 million records, Bleeping Computer was told. The breaches leaked to users' private phone numbers and email addresses, which could be used for phishing and other scams. That information could also be exploited to uncover identities from private Twitter accounts. As usual, be very wary of any suspicious emails or texts claiming to come from Twitter. And if you're thinking about using two-factor authentication, now would be a good time. And Meta has been hit with a €265 million, $277 million fine for failing to prevent millions of Facebook users' mobile phone numbers and other data from being scraped and dumped online, Independent.ie has reported. It's the second fine levied by the Irish Data Protection Commission, DPC, in just the past few months, following a €405 million, $402 million at the time penalty issued in September. In just the last 18 months, Meta has tallied nearly €1 billion in fines. The penalty was issued in response to the leak of 533 million Facebook users' data reported in April last year. That included phone numbers, birth dates, email addresses, and locations, information that could be exploited in phishing and other attacks. The private information of sitting judges, prison officers, social workers, journalists, and others were posted online, the DPC said. At the time, Meta blamed the attack on bad actors, but Ireland's regulators said the company failed to comply with GDPR obligations of data protection by design and default. It wrote in a news release that other data protection authorities in the EU agreed with the decision of the DPC. Meta confirmed to the Wall Street Journal that the flaw had been patched back in 2019. The company said that it will review DPC Ireland's decision, but has not yet decided whether to appeal. Unauthorized data scraping is unacceptable and against our rules, the spokesperson added. Last year, the DPC fined Meta's WhatsApp €225 million, $267 million, for not providing details of how it shares European Union users' data with Facebook. It was also hit with a €17 million, $18.6 million fine over 12 separate data breaches and penalized €405 million, $402 million for its handling of children's privacy settings on Instagram. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
SpokenLayer.